Ethanol fermentation. In this video, we will see that how this ethanol is produced in an industry. As we know that ethanol is a solvent that containing high amount of alcohol contained. It has many significant uses such as it is used in human consumption, it is used as fuel, it is used in cosmetic, it is used as anti-freezing agent, it is used in research lab. Due to various uses, it is important or we can say that it is necessary to produce ethanol in a larger quantity. This can be done by two main ways. First, increase in the quantity of raw material, and the second, that is increase in the size of inoculum. Inoculum means our addition of culture. Generally what happen in industry, if we want to produce ethanol in a larger quantity, then we have to take our raw material in a large quantity and we have to take our culture in a larger quantity to produce more amount of ethanol. Now look at this figure. As we know that ethanol fermentation is anaerobic metabolism, does not require the presence of oxygen. Here we have a glucose. It is a main substrate or a raw material that is converted into ethanol. Here we will see the pathway how this glucose is converted into ethanol. First, the glucose is converted into pyruvate by the process of glycolysis. Pyruvate is further converted into two molecules of acetaldehyde in which the carbon is lost in a form of carbon dioxide. Acetaldehyde that is formed that is converted into ethanol. This is how this ethanol is produced. This pathway mostly take place by the yeast cell. Now we will see that steps involved in ethanol production. First is the selection of microorganism in which we will select our microorganism. Second, that is the selection of raw material. Okay, in this we will select the specific raw material depending upon the microorganism that we have selected. Third, preparation of fermentation medium. Here in the third steps we will do some kind of preparations with our raw material. Fourth, preparation of inoculum. Here in the preparation of inoculum means our culture. We can't add our culture directly into the fermenter. So that some preparation step is required that we will see in the step 4. Fifth step is fermentation process and the last that is sixth step that is recovery. We will see each and every step in detail. First step is selection of microorganism. For the fermentative production of ethanol, two types of yeast cells are selected. Saccharomyces cerevisiae and Saccharomyces carlsbergiensis. Saccharomyces cerevisiae it is a top fermenter, whereas Saccharomyces carlsbergiensis it is a bottom fermenter. We can also take bacteria cell for the ethanol production. Examples such as Zymomonas mobilis. It follow ED pathway for the catabolism of glucose, and whereas yeast cells that follow EMP pathway for the catabolism of glucose. Which pathway? That is EMP pathway. Mostly we used yeast cells for the production of ethanol. There are the few reasons such as it produced more amount of ethanol, it is high tolerance towards the sugar, and the ethanol it can high tolerance towards the temperature. So mostly we go for the yeast cell. Second step is selection of raw material. Three different raw material are used. First is a starchy raw material. Examples such as potato starch, corn starch. Second, that is cellulosic raw material. Example is waste sulfide liquor. Third, that is saccharinic raw material. Example is glucose or any monosaccharides. By looking at this raw material, starchy and cellulosic raw material is a polysaccharide containing raw material, whereas the starchy raw material it is a monosaccharide containing raw material. Third step is preparation of fermentation medium. In this step we will see that if our raw material is saccharinic raw material, if that we have selected in our step number 2, if our raw material is saccharinic raw material, there is no need to carry out this step. But if our raw material is starchy or cellulosic raw material, it is necessary to carry out this step. As we have seen in the Step 2, if our raw material is starchy and cellulosic raw material, it is a polysaccharide containing raw material that is converted into monosaccharides with the biological or any chemical agent. So the process become less time consuming. Fourth step is preparation of inoculum. In this step, first of all, we will take 10 ml of starter culture. Starter culture here is our yeast cell, and we inoculate in 100 ml of sterile medium. Sterile medium that support the growth of microorganisms, and we incubate for the sufficient growth of yeast cells take place. After that, we will add 100 ml of this sterile medium into 10 to 40 liters of the basal medium that support the growth of microorganism. Then again we incubate for a particular period of time for the sufficient growth take place. After that, we will add this 10 to 40 liters of the medium into the 10 to 40 gallons of sterile basal medium. Then again we incubate after the sufficient growth take place. Now after incubation, it is used as an inoculum. Now it is ready that we can add directly into the fermenter. Here 1 gallon is equal to 4.5 liter. So here we have prepared 40 gallons approximately. So it is 180 liters we have prepared our inoculum. Fifth step is fermentation process. In the fermentation process, first of all, we have to take the fermenter. Okay, fermenter is filled up to 3/4 portion with fermentation medium. Then we will, with up to 3/4 portion, we will add our raw material. Then we pasteurize at 147 degree Fahrenheit. We will sterilize by pasteurization at 140 degree Fahrenheit. Then cooling coils or cooling jackets are used to cool the medium. Surrounding the fermenter, there is a cooling coil or a cooling jacket that will cool down the medium. After cooling down, we will add the inoculum. We will add our culture. Then we maintain the temperature around 28 to 30 degrees Celsius. Addition nutrition such as nitrogen source if it is required. Examples such as ammonium sulfate that we will add. pH of the medium we will maintain around 4.8 to 5.0. The process take around 70 to 72 hours for the production of ethanol. Sixth step is recovery process. Recovery of ethanol can be done by two main ways. First, by the analyzer, and the second by rectifier. Analyzer is based on the principle of evaporation, or we can say that vaporization. Suppose now after the 70 to 72 hours, what is there in our fermenter? That is our yeast cells. Yeast cells has produced after 70 to 72 hours alcohol that is there in a fermenter, and the fermentation medium, that remaining fermentation medium that is there in the fermenter. So here the device name is analyzer. So what we will do, steam of sterile distilled water that we enter from the bottom of the vessel. From here we will enter the sterile steam. Okay, because the alcohol has a characteristic of evaporation, it will evaporate at a high temperature with steam, and so the steam collect in the collecting flask, or we can say that vessel. As we know that ethanol has an hydrophobic nature, so it is easily differentiated from the sterile distilled water, and this is how we obtain the ethanol. Now I would like to summarize the entire steps in a short way. First of all, we have selected our yeast cells for the fermentation, for the ethanol fermentation. Second step, that we have taken the raw material, we have selected the raw material. Third step is preparation of the raw material. We required some